Okay, welcome back. So this is going pretty well. We've got the forwards and reverse orderings working. We've got the gap working. Now the last thing to do is this shuffle items mode. So if the user types 3, they get the shuffle items mode. So let's talk about how we're going to do this. So pick 2 entries in items table at random and swap their, what's the name of the thing called? Start pos. Forgotten how to speak. Swap their start pos values. Do this for at least as many times as there are items in the items table, but preferably more. You can sort of do it as many times as you want, and we can do it many times because computers are very, very fast at doing stuff, so we can do stuff many times. All right, so get the number of items in the items table. So how do we do this? Num of items. So if you've got a table called items, the number of items, I keep saying the word items, the number of values within a table is found using the hash symbol. So this is the number of items. So if you have 10 items collected, this will create the number 10. So then we want a for loop that is going to do this for, like I've said here, at least as many times as there are items. So what we can do is make a for loop from 1 until num of items. That'll do it for as many as there are items. And in the demo, I actually did more, which you could do. You could do twice as many. You know, it's going to do this swapping process for twice as many times as there are items. That might be excessive, but it's not really a problem because it's not hard for the computer to do. You know, if you did items multiplied by 50 and you had 500 items in the session, then it would be very slow. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do 2, not 50. Cool. So these comments appear here. All right, so pick 2 items in the table at random. So how we do that is call it item A. Now we want to get, we'll write a note here. Insert random index here. So this is what the format's going to look like. Because remember, we can access an element from a table using the square brackets and writing in either the key or the index number. And we know that our table is indexed using numbers because we built it using indices. When we built our table in the first place, we used the numbers 1 through to however many we have selected. So we know for sure that that is a valid way of accessing those table entries. So how do we get that random number? So random value, math.random value between 1 and num of items. And then we do the exact same thing again for this one. So this is going to be a reference to one of those entries. That's going to be a reference to something that looks very similar to this. okay? And the things that we're swapping is start pos. Now, swapping values is very easy. And this is how you do it. These are the items we want to swap, or these are the items that we want to assign new values to. Apologies for the dog barking. If you watched the previous video, you'll know that, well, they were making more noise than they are now. So we live with this amount of noise. So this is the syntax for assigning new values to two things at once. So what's going to happen is this value is going to be given to here, and this value is going to be given to here instantaneously, simultaneously, right? So it's going to assign those two new values, and that's how we swap those values. Swap the start pos values of item A and item B. That's what we're doing there. And we're going to keep doing that for many times. We're going to do heaps of swaps. Now, like I mentioned in the demo, there's actually no guarantee here that we will move the position of every single item. You know, the fifth item might still be fifth in the table, but we can pretty much guarantee that items will have moved. You know, the chances of items not being moved is you know, insane, like 1 in a trillion or even less perhaps. So it's pretty much guaranteed that there will be some swappage. It's not a real word. All right.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so we're starting off in order, and let's see how we go. So we want shuffle mode and 0.2 seconds. Oops, it did something.
8, 9, 3, 10, 1, 5.
Cool. Let's control Z.
1, 2.
Do it again.
10, 8, 7, 3, 6.
Nice.
1, 2.
One more time. So it's quite fun, actually. All right.
5, 7, 8, 3, 4, 9.
Nice one. All right, so it's definitely doing it. Get rid of that comment. All right, so I think we're done. Let's just check some things. You know, what happens if you don't have any selected? It's all good. What happens if you press Q? Ooh, okay, so it didn't like that. It needed something there. Attempt to add a number with a string. So where is this? Next position equals, where are we? Next position. Oh, this one here. So yeah, user input gap. So I thought that was handled here because we declare it here. So it starts off with a numerical value of 1, and then we only update it. Oh no, that's the input. Oh no, here. We only update it if it successfully can convert to a number, and then we update it there. Let's just check that we have these. It wouldn't have been working this whole time if that wasn't the case. It's interesting. What's it doing? Yeah. Same error. There you go. New pos, v length, user input gap. Attempt to add a number with a string. So presumably the string that it's talking about is user input gap, which I wrote in Q, pretty sure. I think I know why. Maybe. So we're declaring this 1 here, But then over here, because we write the word local, I don't know this for sure, but maybe that means that this is brand new. It's not rewrite. It's not updating this value. Yeah, that is it. That is it. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Instead of that being here, Control X. Yeah. Okay, let's change this. Let's give it a new name. Specified gap. And here, this becomes specified gap is the output of the 2-number conversion. And if this fails, then this is still true over here. Okay, so now we need to use that elsewhere. And the place that we use it is here. All right, here we go. All right, so it's still 1. There we go. Nice. Nice. Cool. Anything else that we can potentially... So it still does the thingy there. Nice. All right. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah. If you can think of anything else to add, it'd be very good exercise for you to do that. If there's anything you wanted to add that you're having trouble with, feel free to write a comment or shoot me a message, and I can either respond, or if it's a very lengthy answer, I could potentially make a video about it. But yeah, this is a script that I find very, very useful, like I mentioned at the outset, for sound design primarily, and I hope you find it useful too. All right, thanks.